afternoon, everyone. This is Kasumi and Sarah, and welcome back to our podcast, What's New in the News on Tuesday afternoon.
This week's topic is going to be a bit different from other weeks. We want to switch it up a bit and talk about something that we saw in the news recently that is completely insane. So China has recently introduced a social credit system.
So for those of you who don't know what it is, I think it's basically like an online dictatorship.
I actually think you're right there, Sarah. Have you ever seen the TV show Black Mirror?
Oh yeah, it's kind of similar to that episode where society is built on social media statuses and the amount of likes you gain dictates how you can buy, what you can buy and who you are.
Exactly, how creepy is that? And for those of you listening at home, this is not a prank. It's actually real. We are talking about some serious dystopian stuff here, so let's give you a bit more information for those of you listening at home.
So, by the year 2020, it's planned that everyone in China will be watched from 200 million CCTV cameras, covering every single corner. So, it'll be everywhere. You turn the corner, there'll be a camera. While you're shopping, while you're out in public, at the park, at work, everywhere.
So you're basically always being watched, and data is gathered from individuals and businesses to give everyone a social credit score. So basically a person will start off with 800 points, and if you have 800 points, you're considered to be a good person. And yes, I'm using quotation marks when I say good person. And the lower your points are, the less you are considered to be a good person. The Communist Party in China refers to it as the social credit. And I don't know, I'm still wrapping my head around the whole idea of it.
It's pretty crazy, hey? It reminds me a lot of the TV show The Good Place. I don't know, I just see a lot of parallels there. And I can't seem to understand how this will actually work and how it's a good thing.
Exactly, because we do have some right to privacy, because I don't know, you'll just feel exposed all the time. Like, when you're out shopping, you're always being watched. Like, what if you want to do something crazy, like pick your nose or something like that? Like, you wouldn't be able to, because it'll be caught on camera.
Exactly right. And I mean, just with cameras, does it really show whether or not you're a good person? I mean, it's easy enough to put on a fake mask and pretend you're a good person for the cameras. And should we really be rewarded for being good? I just don't think that's something that's positive for society overall.
And when you go out in public and pretend to be good all the time, you're going to start getting confused with who you really are as a person. This could possibly bring on mental health issues, because you're always putting on an act. And I feel like we already do that in some cases, such as social media, Facebook, Instagram. We're always putting on a show. And yes, those applications are great, but it's kind of taking it a step further, and it's taking over your life completely.
Yeah, exactly right. It definitely can't be healthy to have to act a certain way every single time and to feel like somebody's just watching you. That's just downright creepy, I think.
It's full on control. It's kind of like that book 1984.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. And I mean, all you have to do is look at what happened to the society in that book. I know it's only fiction, but do we really want to go down that track? Because that seems to be where we're heading.
Exactly, the idea that Big Brother is always watching you.
All right, so let's have a look at Twitter and see what some other people are saying on the issue.
So when we look at the hashtag social credit system on Twitter, there's lots of people referring to it as, like we just said now, Big Brother. There's some people saying it's cybersecurity and surveillance, but on the other end, you have people saying there is no privacy and it's a Big Brother censorship and that it's a hashtag dystopia.
Yeah, there's a lot of people describing it as disturbing, and I really do think that's what it comes down to. It is disturbing, and it's also disturbing for us to think, could this expand outside of China? Could this be technology that the Australian government will employ in the future?
That is a scary thought, but then at the same time, this technology might be used for other reasons. We could possibly employ in the future, and it could be good for things like preventing or stopping crime. And when we're looking at Twitter now, a lot of the Western societies are saying, oh, this is a joke, this is way too much, it's a dictatorship. And I think because of that, maybe it won't come here, but maybe possibly some sort of bit of the technology will.
Yeah, I think really anything can happen. Like, you look at how much we rely on China for a lot of our products. Who's to say that this technology won't come over here? And yes, I do agree with you that it can be used to stop crime and things like that, but to what degree do we use it? I mean, it is an invasion of privacy if we're going to be filming people. And I don't know, all you have to do is look at what happened with Facebook earlier this year.
Yeah, of course, the Facebook incident.
Yeah, so of course in that incident, we had companies such as Cambridge Analytica who came in and were taking people's personal information from their Facebook pages in something they called data harvesting. And I don't know, like, I just think that whole idea, that could be taken to the next level with cameras. And there's something about cameras that, I mean, it's not great. Like, nobody wants their data or their personal information shared for, online targeted marketing and things like that. But there's something about cameras that just takes it to that next level.
Yeah, and I think as humans, we should have the right to some degree of privacy in our everyday lives.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes away, we're basically stripped down and exposed. And who knows who's watching you ultimately. This can be used in a negative way. Like,
Definitely.
it could be used to track down people. Like, it could actually cause more crimes than prevent it when you think about it.
And you've got other things to worry about as well, like, cyber terrorism and stuff like that. All it takes is somebody to hack into that system, hack into those cameras, and they've got clear access to all sorts of information. And that's something that's extremely dangerous, I think.
Definitely. So we want to hear your thoughts on the issues, and yeah, it will definitely be interesting to see what happens in the year 2020. So send us a text on 1300 6748, 1300 6748, and that's about wraps up our episode for today.
Yep, so we'll see you next week for another interesting topic on what's new in the news. But that's it for now.
Bye!